Hello yogis, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mombi, and today I will be guiding you through a quick and easy yoga class that is perfect for beginners. This is a great sequence for you if you are new to your yoga practice, or even if you are an advanced yogi. This is a great class for you if you are looking for some gentle movements. You do not need any props for this class, so grab your mat, bring yourself, and let's begin. Okay yogis, we will begin today's class seated at the center of the mat with your legs crossed in front of you. Take a moment here to connect with your breath and bring your full attention to your body. Take a slow, deep inhale in through your nose and then slowly exhale out through your mouth. One more time, deep inhale through your nose and exhale all the air out. As you take your next inhale, lift your arms up overhead, and then as you exhale, slowly leaning over to your left, coming into a side stretch. Bring your left elbow down on the mat and keep reaching your right arm up, making sure both of your sit bones are grounded on the mat and that your chest is open and your shoulders are in one line. You can look down on the mat or straight in front of you. Keep breathing here and feel the stretch through the right side of your body. Deep breath in, exhale out. Reach a little bit further. And inhale to come back up to center. Slowly exhale, leaning over to the other side. Bring your right elbow down on the mat and keep reaching your left arm up. Again, making sure both of your sit bones are grounded on the mat, your chest is open, and your shoulders are in one line. Feel the stretch through the left side of your body this time. Deep inhale in. Slow exhale out. Keep reaching with your left arm. Allow yourself to be fully present in this pose. And inhale to slowly bring yourself back up. Beautiful. Inhale and reach your arms up to the sky. And this time as you exhale, I want you to hinge at your hips, folding over your legs, and walk your hands away from you, reaching your forehead down towards the mat. You want to keep both of your sit bones down on the mat, and if you find them lifting off, just come out of the fold slightly, maybe even bringing your elbows down on the ground and resting your head in your hands. Take slow, deep breaths here in this fold, using your breath to keep your full attention in this present moment and let go of all thoughts. And slowly walk your hands towards you, bringing yourself back up to seated. From here, I want you to come into tabletop position with your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Moving into cat-cows now, starting with cow pose, I want you to inhale and arch your back. Curl your tailbone up and look up to the sky. Exhale for cat pose, round through your spine, tuck your tailbone under and tuck your chin to your chest. Great job. Inhale, arch your back and lift your gaze. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale to release back to a neutral spine, and then moving into child's pose, rest your hips on your heels, bring your forehead down to the mat and keep your arms overhead. One more deep breath here. Slowly bring yourself back to tabletop and then tuck your toes under and slowly lift your hips up to the sky, coming into downward facing dog. I want you to keep a generous bend in your knees for this one, and I want you to focus on lengthening through your spine, opening your shoulders and reaching your chest towards your thighs. Breathing deeply here in your downward facing dog, and then walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat, coming into your standing forward fold with your feet hips distance. Bend your knees as much as you need and make sure you're folding from your hips and not your lower back. You want to make sure that the bottom of your belly is always in contact with the top of your thighs. Grab your elbows with your opposite hand and then start to gently rock from side to side. Continue breathing deeply here and check that your neck is long and relaxed with your head hanging heavy. Let's release, bend your knees and slowly roll yourself up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Your head and neck come up last. Inhale, reach both hands up overhead, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One more time, deep inhale, reach your hands up to the sky, and then exhale, dive all the way down, folding over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, spine is long, and exhale, bend your knees. Plant your palms on the mat and step your right leg back behind you. Lower your back knee down and make sure your front knee stays above or behind the ankle. Slowly coming up into your low lunge, bring your hands to the top of your left thigh. Shine your chest forward and relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your hips come down towards the mat, stretching through your right hip flexor. Once you find your balance here, you can try reaching your arms up overhead with your palms facing each other. Keep breathing. Stay centered. Now slowly bring your hands back down to the mat, and from here pull your hips back, straightening your front leg and flex your front foot towards you, coming into your half splits. Start to release your body over your front leg, reaching your forehead towards the knee. Breathing deeply here, feeling the stretch in your left hamstrings. Keep pulling your left hip back and pushing your right hip forward, squaring both your hips to the front of you. One more deep breath in and long exhale out. Great job. Slowly bring yourself back into low lunge and come into a gentle twist here by keeping your right hand grounding into the mat, and then reach your left arm all the way up and bring your gaze up to your fingers. Remember to breathe. Keep a long spine here and avoid any rounding through your back. Just a few more seconds. And slowly bring your left hand back down. Coming back into low lunge, bring your hands to your hips, tuck your back toes, and this time see if you can lift yourself all the way up into a full high lunge. Stay here for one deep breath, and as you exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right one, coming into plank position, and then modified chaturanga. Drop your knees down and then chest and chin come down. Let your hips come all the way down and inhale, coming up into cobra. Keep your elbows hugging into your waist. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and gaze forward. Exhale, release your chest back down and push yourself back up to tabletop on hands and knees. Then sit back into your child's pose for one deep breath. Now coming back to hands and knees, Tuck your toes and lift back up into downward facing dog. Remember to start with your knees bent, focusing on opening through your chest and shoulders. And if you feel good here, you can slowly start to straighten out your legs. Breathe deeply, inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat, coming into your standing forward fold with your feet hips distance. Bend your knees as much as you need and make sure that you are folding from your hips and not your lower back. Bring your hands to either the back of your thighs, your ankles, or you can use your peace fingers to grab your big toes and release deeper into your fold. Continue breathing deeply here, and you can nod your head yes, shake your head no, releasing your neck, letting your head hang heavy. Beautiful. Bend your knees and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Once again, deep breath, reach your hands all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, dive all the way down, folding over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine, and exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms on the mat, and step your left leg back behind you. Lower your back knee down and make sure your front knee stays above or behind the ankle. Slowly coming up into your low lunge on the other side, bring your hands to the top of your right thigh, shine your chest forward, and relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your hips come down towards the mat, stretching through your left hip flexor this time. Once you find your balance here, you can try reaching your arms up overhead. Keep breathing. Stay present. Inhale. And slowly bring your hands back down to the mat. And from here, pull your hips back, straightening your front leg, and flex your front foot towards you. Start coming into your half splits. Release your body over your front leg, reaching your forehead towards the knee. Breathing deeply here. Feel that stretch in your right hamstrings. And keep pulling your right hip back, pushing your left hip forward, squaring your hips to the front. One more deep breath in. And long exhale out. Amazing job. Slowly bring yourself back into low lunge and come into your twist here. Keep your left hand grounding into the mat and then reach your right arm all the way up and bring your gaze up to your fingers. Remember to breathe. Keep a long spine here. One more deep breath. And slowly bring your right hand back down. Coming back into low lunge, bring your hands to your hips, tuck your back toes, and this time see if you can lift yourself all the way up into a full high lunge. Stay here for one deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet the left one, coming into plank position. And then modified chaturanga, drop your knees down, bend your chest and chin, let your hips come all the way down and inhale, coming up into cobra. Keep your elbows hugging into your waist, your shoulders are down and you are gazing forward. Exhale, release your chest back down to the mat and then push yourself back up to tabletop on hands and knees. Then you can sit back into your child's pose for a few deep breaths. Take this moment here in child's pose to bring your full awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the present moment. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to all fours, and then bring yourself to a seated position at the center of your mat with your legs in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch and let your knees fall away from each other with your heels as close to or far from your pelvis as you find most comfortable in your body. Shift your hips until you can feel your sit bones grounding on the mat, and you can always use your hands to pull your glutes out of the way if that helps. Then interlace your fingers around your feet. Take a deep breath in and sit up with a tall spine. If your knees are still very high up, just hold and breathe here. Breathe into your hips and allow your knees to fall more open. If your knees are coming all the way down and you wish to deepen the stretch, begin to gently hinge at your hips, keeping your spine long, and use your elbows to gently push your knees more open as you slowly lower your chest towards your feet and bring your forehead down to the mat. Keep breathing here. Take your final exhale wherever you are, and as you take your next inhale, push your hands into the ground to slowly lift yourself back up, and then bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and slowly bring your knees back together. Bring your feet to about hips distance or wider, and then drop both knees over to each side for a quick windshield wipe to reset your hips. Beautiful job. Cross your legs in front of you and let's inhale. Reach your arms up to the sky. Hold it. And then exhale. Bring your hands to your heart, bowing to yourself, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. Sending you love and light, and I'll see you in the next one.